Hi, I'm Avan Jogia, and I'm in studio with The Hollywood Reporter.
Now you're here to talk all things Now Apocalypse.
Yes.
Did you bring any aliens here today, or
No,
are we good?
I'm sans aliens. I thought, leave those at
Or
home.
are you the alien?
Well, that's exactly.
Maybe I am.
Maybe. Who knows who the alien is?
Someone in this room is the alien.
It's like, that game Werewolf?
No.
Okay, cool. Good.
Over. So what really stood out to
Conversation
you?
killer.
What stood out to you about the series, and especially like Ulysses as a character?
I mean, it's such an insane show, and Greg Araki and obviously Steven Soderbergh, and it's got such a good creative team, and I'd worked with Greg previously on a short he did, which is a kind of a redoing of his earlier '90s films, and I worked with that, and I played Dark. Actually, I played Dark, which is like a character in his world. He's got a very distinct sort of like world and mind. And so I did that, and then we had a great time. We kept in contact. I emailed him back and forth, and I asked him questions about I was making a short film, and asking questions about directing and stuff. And then he just emailed me and was like, "Hey, so I've been writing this show, and I've sort of like." I do this thing where I sort of write with an actor in my head, and maybe he does, maybe he doesn't do it, but I do. That's how I work, and that's incredibly flattering. I've never, that never happens. That someone writes something with you, like your face, like I think they'd be able to do it. So that was huge, and so I read it and I just loved it, and Yuli is such a. I call him he's like a sexual astronaut. He's exploring everything. And life and he's a wanderer. I mean, he doesn't really have any passions, which is interesting for a lead character to not have any goals.
That's interesting you say that.
You know what I mean?
When looking back at it, I was wondering that too, because everyone else kind of has.
Yeah.
Especially Ford, I guess.
Yeah, Ford wants to be a screenwriter, and even Carly, she's got this short, web series that she's working on, and Roxanne's got
between
this...
her other web series.
Yeah, exactly. Other web series, her private web series. And then she's got this, and then Roxanne, Severine has got this whole, alien conspiracy thing that she's working on. Yuli doesn't really have a thing. He likes to smoke weed. And I think that's really interesting for a lead character to not have a thing. And I think that's sort of what is one of the reasons why I liked it. Because it's like, I've played a lot of characters where you're playing Tutankhamun, you're playing the Pharaoh of Egypt. You kind of know what, he's trying to protect his legacy, and he's trying to there's he's trying to be remembered by time, and there's things to grab onto that are structurally as a character you can kind of put a person and lay that person down in the foundation of these kind of tenets, right? But with him, it's he's trying to find love.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would say maybe love is the goal.
Yeah, I think love is the goal. But that's such a general thing, and so what does it mean? So we've been getting specific about that, and it is cool to play with somebody who doesn't really have the goal of this whole plot is for him to do this one thing. I guess he is also trying to figure out the
Makes him relatable.
And he's trying to figure out the alien conspiracy,
No.
but he doesn't know anything. He's freaking out. He doesn't even know if it's real.
It is. Well, it is, right?
I watch the show. You have watched the show.
Yeah, I have. Make sure you do too.
So yeah.
There hasn't really been a series like this that I've seen. Do you agree with that? And
I would agree with that.
What makes it stand out?
Well, that's the thing. It's when I was thinking about doing a television show, I've been really lucky. I've been in
Been acting for a bit.
Yeah, I've been in some cool stuff, and I've been acting for a bit, and I wanted I've been sort of exploring okay, so if I'm gonna do a television show, I want it there's so much TV out there, so much TV,
much.
Way too much TV. Can't watch it all, And so I wanted to be in something that was really going to stand out, in the market, marketplace. That sounds like a very businessy sort of thing, but you know what I mean. In the idea of it's just so noisy. So a film that's a show that's really a lot noisier than the noise and can stand out and is sort of not quiet. It's really it's got a point of view and bright and shiny little thing. So I was excited to be a part of something that I thought would actually stand out, because there's so much shows about some stuff going on, and there's a family, and this stuff's going on.
Well, what other shows do you watch? Are there?
Frankly, I watch a lot of British comedy stuff. I watch Flowers. Have you seen Flowers on Netflix? It's not only on Netflix. It's on other things as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's great. It's Olivia Colman, Oscar winner. Olivia Colman.
About to be an Emmy winner too when she
About
comes
to be
in
The Crown. Yeah. She's
Watch The Crown.
I don't watch The Crown. Yeah. Here's the truth.
See, I stumped you on one. You got me. I was like,
I don't watch The Crown. Here's the truth. The truth is that, this is the Hollywood Reporter. Everyone who's watching this is probably like, in the industry to some degree. No one has time. No one has any time. So and the world is so it can be really depressing. So when it's time for me to sit down and watch a show, I'm just watching half-an-hour comedies.
Or like a lighter show.
Yeah, which is what I liked about Now Apocalypse. Ultimately, it's it's a comedy.
Are doing that with Now Apocalypse.
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah.
But it's dark. It's not unserious.
It's
It's
silly.
dramedy. Yeah,
But there are a lot of comedic moments. It's really a mirror of LA. Can you talk about that and kind of maybe your experiences in LA and how?
Yeah, I think it does I think Now Apocalypse does a really good job of explaining everyone's first 3 years in LA.
Yeah.
You show up, you're writing at a Starbucks, and then you're all of a sudden at a party in the hills, and you don't even know how you really got there. You don't know anyone around, and you're sleeping with people and trying things out, and that was weird. That was a weird experience, and I'm not going to do that again. Or that was great. I don't know what that means. So it's a good example of I think LA when people first move here.
Did you and the other actors bring kind of your experiences of coming up as actors in LA to the show, or what were those conversations like?
Yeah, I mean, I think you bring kind of yourself to sort of everything, but you do. But I'm not so sure that we our lives aren't in the. I mean, Greg definitely pulls from his own experiences and his understanding of Los Angeles, and he it's a line that Yuli has that Greg says all the time, but that LA's some sort of freakish cartoon, and it's true. It's all these crazy characters, and they're all sort of acting in bizarre and strange ways, and they're all in their own movies, and everyone's their own. It's very interesting.
When they're not acting, they're acting still.
Right.
You've kind of said that the show celebrates sexuality and makes sexuality a positive thing. Can you talk about that and the ways that you think it does that the most?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool to be on a show that treats sexuality as joyful and not dark. These characters have bad sexual experiences, but they're not bad sexual experiences that ruin them and make them twisted and dark or screw them up. You see that a lot. I mean, sexuality a lot as a plot device, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Some shows and movies call for that sort of thing, but this show is cool in the way that it's not.
It's a celebration.
Yeah, it's a celebration. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's trying it out. Everyone has agency. No one is burdened with sexual guilt or pain or trauma or any of that. It's just a lot of people fucking and trying to figure it out. Can you say that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, good.
I knew you were going to ask that. You can.
Yeah.
Swear it for the rest of the interview.
It's the internet.
It's
the worst things on the internet than me saying that word.
This is going to be the best thing on the internet.
Yeah.
The series really goes there, but I was wondering, was there anything that maybe you guys took it too far that had to get cut, or was it all everything goes? Here's
the thing, and I have to say, this is a really a big shout out to Stars. Everything that was written, we shot.
Okay.
And was on screen. Basically, the script that we read was the script that we shot was the script that I saw. It's crazy. To give no notes, especially on a show like that. Let Greg sort of do his thing. Because how are you supposed to note that show?
Yeah.
As an executive. How do you go, well, I think the alien
or when you
penis,
let everything
the
go.
slime alien penis is a bit too much. At this point, you already bought you bought the show. At this point, you know what it is. So they do the smart thing, which is allow Greg to do his thing and do what he does best, and no one can tell Greg how to be more Greg than Greg. So, and I think that's super cool, and I think it's really cool when a network inspires an artist and really and can. Puts their trust in an artist and lets them do their thing.
That's how it should always be.
Right. Well, creativity by committee is death, right? But at the same time, it's not your money.
No.
So, that's true. So that's important to understand. But I think a smart network knows how to spend their money on artists who know what they're doing.
Speaking of Stars, the show was originally going to be released weekly.
Can I drink this coffee and not look weird? All right, cool.
Plug it. It's THR coffee. Made fresh.
It's great. He made it, actually. Which is really nice.
Yeah. it was originally going to be released weekly, and then they kind of released everything.
Yeah, super
together.
weird, right?
Yeah, why?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't?
No, I think that like the audience of a show like this is that's just what they're used to. You know, that's the delivery system in which they're used to. So, I think for Stars, it was about like trying something, starting it off in a kind of a more traditional chronological, like week to week sort of delivery system, and then like sort of being like realizing who it's for.
Yeah.
And being like, okay, these are the people who are really gonna watch it, so that rather than dump them all on the Stars app, and it was great, and it's like everyone like tons of people, it was amazing the response, like tons of people saw it and watched it.
They kind of created an apocalypse by like releasing
Right,
it.
yeah,
Everyone
exactly.
really wanted. There was an appetite for it.
There was an appetite for it, and they were able to like stir up, and people are still watching week to week, but they're able to stir up a bunch of really interesting. Kind of like a buzz about it, and people and everyone I was interacting with online had watched the whole show, and we were having different conversations. It was cool. It was a cool way to do it.
For you, where we kind of see you last off in season 1, you kind of see him and Gabriel
Yeah.
look at each other.
Yeah.
What's going to happen
back.
in season 2?
I think everyone's sort of in the worst place at the end of the season. Like everyone, it's almost like cosmically, like it's a cosmic car crash at the end of the season. Like everyone's lost all their.
Well, the beginning of the final episode is when they're all breaking up, and you
right. Everyone's breaking up at the same time. Everyone's it's sort of weird, right? It's sort of like, why is that happening? I think that's sort of interesting. Like I Jimmy Duvall, who's in it, like famously from Greg's movies, plays the homeless fella, who's guiding me through my fever dream. This is a weird movie. Show. This is a really weird show. Yeah. He starts to say like, I used to have my life together. I was an actor. I did a couple commercials, and then they came for me. And I think it's I think it's interesting. I think they're sort of coming for us as well. So who knows?
What were some of your favorite, memories on set with the rest of the cast?
Oh man, like this show is so funny. I mean, like it's funny because
were the scenes awkward or?
No. It's like sex scenes are sort of funny.
Yeah.
It's sort of like could you just raise your ass a little bit to get in the light? Can you just try to get up a little? That's the kind of thing. It's lots of.
Who did you give that note to? Was it?
Yeah, no, I didn't give any. Get your ass out of my life. No, Greg is telling me. But it's that sort of thing is sort of how those scenes go down. It's an incredibly sterile and clinical process to shoot those sort of things. It's sort of like shooting an action sequence. It's like, okay, now you run to the car. Okay, now you open the door, and then they're coming at you. Watch out, the birds. And I don't know why I'm doing Hitchcock. It's Hitchcock. I'm describing Hitchcock's birds. Anyway.
You have a few other projects coming up.
Yeah.
You have Shaft. What was it like working with Samuel L. Jackson?
Shaft was great. Samuel's great. Shot that in Atlanta. Had a really good time. Alex Shipp, Jesse Usher, great cast, and Tim Story, a great director who's super cool, and it was great. I mean, for me, it's really cool to be part of like such a legacy. I mean, Shaft was such a cool movie for me, growing up and exploring cinema, and I just thought it's like to come back to this with Samuel, with Richard Roundtree. It's very cool.
You posted a photo, I think it was yesterday, we're in red. It was very similar to like
yeah,
the red
I got
coats.
the little red coats. Yeah, the Richard Roundtree. Yeah, full on.
And then this weekend you're going back to filming The Exchange.
Yeah, The
What
Exchange.
can you tease about that?
The Exchange is.
You're also directing something too?
Directing a movie. What else? I got a book coming out.
Busy guy.
Records coming out. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on. The Exchange is a movie. Dan Mazer is directing it. And Tim Long wrote it, and it's Tim Long, Simpsons writer of many years. And it's super funny. It's about this French exchange student that I play that comes to a small town in Canada in the middle of nowhere, sort of like a Fargo sort of town. And, he's loud and brash and drinks vodka and has this earring and these carve-outs. That's why I have this whole top of my face thing. I don't usually go for the vanilla ice lines. Yeah, you're gonna get the vanilla ice lines.
Yeah.
Just like do me up like that guy off the vanilla ice. Yeah, it's good, and it's about this this kid who's named Tim who sort of like wants this fancy French artist guy so he can watch cool movies with to arrive, and he gets like a rowdy French like
Opposite.
Yeah, the opposite. So it's sort of fun. I just don't want to be bored.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't want to be mumbling on and looking and doing this, you know, in some relationship show where I'm like, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I just don't want to. To me, that's not what I got into acting to do. I got into acting to play characters, and to hold a sword and like slice a thing, jump off a chariot, play a weird French immigrant, and, you know, and you know, play some. You know, I want to play weird.
You want to act.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this. A lot of the industry has become. Hiring people who the idea is to write characters who don't do anything excellent. You know what I mean?
That's not good.
There's no excellence. There's like everyone's like, you know, I'm just a guy. You know, I got a T-shirt on. Look at this, the Henley. You can see the 3 buttons. You can tell I'm a regular guy.
Pop the button.
You can tell I'm regular because I have the
buttons.
3-button Henley on. Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks so much.
Make sure to watch Now Apocalypse, streaming now on Stars.
The Stars app. Yeah.
See ya.